Books with Brandywine. Today I wanted to tell you about one of my favorite authors for picture-back books, and you can't really see any of these, but that is Andrea Zuill. And she writes the cutest picture-back books. She also illustrates them herself. And so this is her first one, Wolfe Camp, just so you can see something while I'm talking about how awesome she is. So Andrea Zuill is the mother of one of my friends from high school. So I knew her, gosh, I must have met her like 16 years ago? Wow, has it been that long? I think it's been that long because I've been out of high school for over a decade. And I met Amy when I was a freshman. Yeah, I met her when I was a freshman. I'm pretty sure I don't think I was a sophomore. I'm pretty sure I was a freshman. And so through Amy, I got to meet her mom, Andrea. And her mom was always like a great artist. And then about 3 years ago, yeah, it had to be 3 years ago, she came out with her first picture book. And that was Wolfe Camp. And so, obviously, being friends with Amy and having known Andrea for so many years, I had to go to the signing for the first book. And I'm so glad I did, because it was at our local Barnes & Noble. And she even signed the book for me. She signed it to my son. And this book in particular, like, holds special meaning to me because this dog here is based on their dog, Homer, who was just the sweetest dog ever. He was this huge dog. Or at least to me, he was huge. I think he went up to like my hip or my knee. I think he was above my knees. I think he was up to like my hip. I don't think there's a picture of him in here. Oh, there is a picture of him in here. There's the real Homer. And he actually passed away a little bit ago. And I remember seeing the post for it. And I was so sad because I love Homer. And so even getting to read this book now is a little bit bittersweet for me, because I know the dog that this book is based off of. But even if I didn't already know Andrea Zuill, I would still love her books, because honestly, they're really good. And I'm not even just saying that as someone who knows her. Like, her picture books are so adorable and they're so cute. So Wolfe Camp is all about Homer going off to Wolfe Camp and getting to become like a wolf. And so getting to go back to his roots. And so like, I love her artwork. That is very much like her art style. Like that is very much her art style. And so he sees this brochure that talks about like getting back to his roots as being like this dog. And he goes off, oops, the cover's coming off. And he like says goodbye to his humans, and he goes off to Wolfe Camp on the school bus. And there's like a few other there's like the two big wolves that are okay, I can't do this. There's the two big wolves that are in charge of Wolfe Camp, and then there's the other dogs that are going to be in Wolfe Camp with him. And they have all these really fun adventures, like learning how to be a wolf and how to like hunt and how to howl and like all this really fun stuff. And I love it. I think it's such a cute story. And like whenever I read it, it just like reminds me like being who you are. And like he makes friends at the camp, and it kind of makes me jealous because I never got to go to summer camp, but it's still super fun. And then I think this is the second book that she wrote, was Dance is for Everyone. It was in cursive, so I had to make sure I was reading that right. And it's about this beautiful alligator who decides that she wants to go to ballet school. And at first, of course, it's a little bit awkward. I mean, she is like a huge alligator, and you know, alligators don't really usually dance, and so it's definitely awkward at first. But and like they couldn't speak to her, and so, but it's so cute. And like they got in their costumes, and she's getting like super into it. And I feel like I would be that alligator because I would be super awkward. And I love, like, look at the inside of this. This is like all the inside of the book cover. And so I love that too, because it's like this really cute story about accepting other people, even if they do seem to be different. Like, they still have the same passions and the same loves, and you can all get together. And I think they end up having like this really beautiful recital. Let me see. Yeah, she ends up disappearing, and she ends up throwing like a ballet recital with her other animal friends that they invite the class to. And so yeah, it was really cute. And then the next book that came out after that is Marigold and Daisy, and it's about this snail has suddenly gotten a little sister, and she used to be the cute, popular one that everybody loved, and now her little sister is the cute, popular one that everybody loves. And, like, her life just isn't quite the same. And so through the whole book, she's, like, trying to prove that the little baby snail is, like, evil and trying to take over the world, I think. And it ends up being super, super cute. And so, like, she's already feeling left out even when the baby's just, like, an egg. But it ends up being super, super cute because the little sister absolutely adores her big sister. And at one point, I think, like, somebody makes fun of the big sister, and the little sister is like, no, like, that is my big sister, and don't you be mean to her, kind of thing. And then, like, the big sister's like, wow, okay, cool. And then I love it because she's like, well, she may be an evil genius, but she's my evil genius. And so, and then, like, the next year there's gonna be twins. And I was just like, it is so, so cute. And, like, I mean, I only have the one child, but if I did have another child, like, I would totally be reading this to him, like, all day, because I would want him to know, first of all, that we would still love him. Like, just because we have another child doesn't mean we're not going to love the older child, which is something that she learns. But also, like, just to make it easier on him to accept his little sibling. And then the next one was Business Pig. And I love Business Pig because it is exactly as it sounds. When this pig was born, he was born, I think, with a suit even. And he's, like, super into... Yeah, he was born with a suit. And he's, like, super into, just, like, businesses, and he's drawing, like, his charts and everything, and he's, like, dude, he's just, like, super, super orderly and super, like, business-oriented, and, like, they end up getting him, like, a computer set and everything, and it's, like, really cute. But then, like, people, and, like, he ends up doing the taxes and everything for the farm, I think. And then, like, it comes to adoption day, and he's really, really sad because, like, who's gonna want a business pig, you know? But then, like, another special little girl, I think it was a little girl, comes along. Yeah, it is a little girl. And look, she's just like him. She's got her little business suit and everything. And it turns out that they are perfectly matched for each other. And I just love it because they exchange business cards, and she requested his resume and read it thoroughly, and, like, they had to consult the upper management, and I love this book. Like, I don't know why, but it reminds me a lot of my son, even though my son is definitely not, like, a little business person, but it just... I don't know. It just reminds me a lot of my son. And I love this book. I feel like I'm not describing these books very well, but it's already been 10 minutes. So. And then, the very, very last book is Sweety. And as it says on the back, it says, "My name is Sweety. I like dancing, mushrooms, and rainy days. You too need to find your people. Maybe we're a match. Flyers are available." And Sweety is a naked mole rat, and she is very, very different from all of the other naked mole rats. She's very loud, and it's 3 seats. And she likes to study mushrooms, and she likes to do hobbies. She loves her Aunt Ruth, because her Aunt Ruth is a little bit of a strange one too. And so then she's not alone, and, like, her parents, like, had cool hairdos, and I don't know why, I could kind of imagine Andrea having those hairdos. I don't know why, I just love them. But yeah, and so, there's like this thing in here. It says, Aunt Ruth said that being different was one of the best things about her life, and that if you stayed true to yourself, you'd find your people. And that made Sweety think. And so she goes on like this little journey to try and find her people, which, you know, is crazy and loud. And so she does end up making a friend at the end. And I think that's one of the things that I love about her books. And every one of her books, one of the characters is different from everybody else. And yet, they are still loved by the other characters. They still have friends with the other characters. And I think that's a very important lesson that especially kids these days need. And even their parents reading these books to their kids, I think they need that message too. That it's okay to be different. And so that is like one of the things that I love absolutely the most about her books. She really celebrates that difference. And she's definitely one of those authors that for me is an instant buy. Like as soon as I find out that a book is coming out for her, I pre-order it. And Barnes & Noble even knows, you know, they've got their algorithms. And so they send me an email whenever one of her books comes out because I love her books so much. And I'm so glad that she's an author and that she's an artist. And I don't know if some of her paintings are still on display in the gallery back where she lives, but she has always been a great artist. She made dolls. I remember Amy used to have a doll on her bed that her mom had made. But yeah, like she's really cool. She's a great artist. She's a great author. And I definitely suggest you guys checking out her books. I will put links in the descriptions. You guys can go check out her books for yourself. But I love all of them. I think they are adorable. I think the stories are adorable. The artwork is adorable. And I think you all need to go check her out. All right. I will see you guys in a couple more days.